One fuel that I like to use, I don't go too much in depth with alcohol. It's a really popular option for a lot of people. You can use your gasoline antifreeze, which is a great container, gives you approximately 12 ounces. If you wait till the end of the season, you can sometimes, I've seen it at like your big box stores, Menards or whatever, they close out on it. You can get it for 60 cents, 75 cents a bottle. Great price, very inexpensive, works real well. I tend not like to carry liquids with me, but that's up to the individual. So if you went on the solid fuel tabs, the hexamine with SBIT, you're looking at about $6 a box for the SBIT, or you can get the same equivalency of energy with 24 of the 7-gram tabs for about $3 from Coughlin's. Does the same thing, same energy value. I like these for the simplicity of it. I find when I burn them in a bush cooker type stove or like a bush buddy type stove, they're really efficient and they're fast. I can take 4 of these tablets and I can bring a liter to a boil in my bush cooker stove in under 5 minutes. So I mean, that's as fast as any gas stove. The other thing, I can use it as a fire starter. This is kind of my supplemental. When I look for a supplemental heat to my wood, I use the solid fuel tabs, and then I don't have to worry about any sort of liquid leaking out of my pack. The one advantage of alcohol, if it leaks out in your pack, all it does is evaporate. Here we can see some little examples of just simple SBIT stoves. You can even get down to where you just take a little tin can. This would be like a little rat pack stove. Works very well. Does the job. Now the one thing, I'll show you a couple more pot sets. This is a nice pot set here where you got a 2-liter pot and a 1-liter pot. What I like about this setup here, I can sit there, if I take a bush buddy type stove, I put charcoal in it. I take a heat diffuser, which you can make a heat diffuser yourself by just taking a tin can lid, cutting a couple of small slices on it and bending the tabs up. I put the heat diffuser on first. One of these takes approximately one of those packages of muffins. I put that on there, put the lid on. I take 3 small pebbles to give me a spacer. I put this pot over the top and I'm able to bake. That's one nice thing. It gives myself multiple utilization. Now, but you must have charcoal, okay? If you try to use regular wood, it burns too hot, it's gonna burn your content. So it has to be charcoal. And you can produce your own charcoal in your bush cooker type stove by burning the wood until the flame's just about out, spread it out on the ground till it goes out, and or you could put it in a can with a tight fitting lid, put it in there, seal the lid. You've made your own charcoal from wood in the bush. So you don't have to bring charcoal with you. I find when using charcoal, you normally have to use some sort of accelerant to get it started. So I find the simplest accelerant to use would be alcohol. So I find in your bush cooker type stove, or like say a bush buddy, tin can bush cooker, or my bush cooker stove, is that if I take the charcoal briquettes, I break them in half, I put 3 to 4 of them inside the fire pot, I take 1 ounce of alcohol, pour that over the top, light it. It'll sit there and bring a liter to a boil, which gives me my pot of coffee, within 8 minutes, and then it'll give me an hour's cook time. So I can bake, fry, do any sort of other cooking for a little over an hour before the charcoal runs out. That's a good viable source too. I do advise person, and I learned this from Crispin Pemberton, to utilize Kingsford charcoal, because Kingsford charcoal puts a little bit of anthracic coal in it, and so it actually gives you a little bit longer burn time than you would get with your typical charcoal.